If you guys are watching this video right now, that means that I currently have a newborn. So I have pre-filmed this video, and I don't think that there's any better time as a new mother when this video goes up for me to talk about this. I do have a second channel that is called More Kyeluh, where I've been talking a lot about my pregnancy and stuff over there. And I've had people ask me if I'm going to start doing family vlogging and things like that. And I think maybe this will answer those people's questions, because I have some very strong opinions about a lot of these family channels and family vloggers. I do think that there's a way that you can, you know, post videos and pictures and stuff of your kids and it not be exploitive of them. There are some people that I follow where their kids are in their videos. I feel like they're doing it in the best way that you possibly could. There's a difference though in people that I feel like are not exploiting their children on the internet and people that are. So today I want to talk about some of the worst family vloggers. We're going to be talking about it on YouTube and on TikTok. There has been some very disturbing things with some of these family channels and the things that they have chose to post about their kids. There was recently one that was posted by the Lebaron Family. I believe that is their name. LOL, no, their name is the Lebaron Family. They had posted a pretty controversial video about abortion. In this video, they related abortion to the Holocaust. A lot of people were really upset about this. Through listening to other people talk about that video they posted, I learned that at one point they had posted a video that implied that their child probably had cancer when they did not. Like, they clickbaited their child into a thumbnail with a title to make people be like, oh no, does your child have cancer? Some extra things that made this even more horrendous was that this was the first time that they had ever set up on their channel a premiere, which notifies people that have your notifications on that you're going to be having a premiere video where you can live chat in the comments. It kind of gets it hyped up as a bigger deal. Well, they had never done a premiere video before. This was the first time they had done a premiere video, and the premiere was titled "She Got Diagnosed with Cancer Documentary." So naturally, everybody thought that they were talking about somebody in their family. Myself personally, I have an issue with things like this. Like, why does this keep happening to Zealand Skin and posting pictures of your children while they're going through something like this? And they also have this one here. Our first pet died, sad face, with their daughter crying in the thumbnail. I mean, guys, just watch this intro of this video.
And I was walking around downstairs and just found out something really sad. Our first pet died. It's okay,
This is why I have a problem with family channels. When your child is going through something that is traumatic for everybody in the family, and your thought is, how do I get this into content? How do I turn something my child is going through into a title and a thumbnail for clicks and views on the internet? It is so grossly exploitive. That reminds me of the mother that had lost their family dog, and she's in the car with her son and she's sitting there talking about how awful it was, blah blah blah, but she forgot to edit out a portion of her video at the end where she was getting a thumbnail. Because as a YouTuber, in your video, it's easier to pose for a thumbnail to screenshot than to go and try and take pictures. So what a lot of us do, including myself, is in the video footage, we will just do poses and try and get, you know, a face to then use in the thumbnail, right, for the video that we're doing. For me personally, I do it at the beginning, but she would do this at the end. And she's sitting there in the car, and after she's done talking about how sad they are about their dog and her son's like crying in the back, she starts to tell her son and instruct her son how to look sad and extra sad and like he's crying in the thumbnail about their dog that just died. But this little boy really was sad and he really was crying, and he's trying to tell his mom, like, I am sad. She's going, look sad for the thumbnail. Look sad for the thumbnail.
I love you. Come here, come closer for the video. Come closer. Come closer. Your head right here. Come closer. Closer down. Put your head down here. Act like you're crying. Really good.
I am crying.
Go like this.
No, Mom, I'm actually seriously crying.
No, I know, but go like this for the video. Go like this. Put one hand up. Go like this. No, go like this. Put your hand like this. But let them see your mouth. Let them see your mouth.
No, Mom, I'm actually crying.
Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
I'm actually crying.
I know. Look at me. Look at me. Look at the camera. Look at the camera. Okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's over, it's over.
You don't understand the psychological damage that you're doing to your child, that you're teaching them that type of behavior. Like, your son is literally crying because he lost his dog. And instead of being a mother and comforting him and being there for him through something that he's gonna remember for the rest of his life, because I can tell you, when you lose your first pet, when you lose any pet, but when you lose that first one, especially when you're a kid, you don't forget that. You don't forget that trauma. You don't forget how that feels, that heartbreak. I remember when we lost our childhood dog, my mom came in the room and sat next to my bed and cried with me. I cannot imagine having a mother sit there and try and get you to pose for a thumbnail, look sad for clicks and views on the internet. It is disgusting. And this is kind of like separate. What was that girl's name? Nikki Filippipi. Last year, her and her husband had a dog that they made an entire video about, that they had killed. There was nothing wrong with him. He was completely healthy. They just alleged that he was really aggressive and decided to put him down. Not give him to somebody, like a family that could take care of him. And they had all these ridiculous reasons for not doing that, for not putting, you know, this dog in a family where people could focus on him, maybe a family where they don't have kids or other pets. Tons of people are so willing to bring in animals and to love them and help them, but they weren't interested in that. They went straight from, well, we can't have him and he needs us, so let's just take his life.
Bowser was attacked when he was a puppy, and we never really talked about that very much, but that was a big turning point in Bowser's personality. So prior to the attack, Bowser could go to dog parks. Bowser was just calmer in general. Logan couldn't help but grab at him and try to steal things from him and try to interrupt him when he was eating or scream at him.
I grew up with the movie Old Yeller, and I wanted to pick Bowser up by the back of the neck and take him into the backyard and down right there.
Oh my God, and I had totally forgotten about this one. Daddy05. This family, I couldn't believe that YouTube allowed this on the internet. I can't say the F word more than a few times without my video getting flagged in a video, but people like this were able to get on YouTube and to bully their children, and not just bully them, literally it's abusive is what it is. These people would get on camera and prank their kids. They weren't pranking their kids. They were doing and saying awful things to their children and recording it, getting their kids crying, like bawling their eyes out. They would break their stuff. They would berate them, pick on them.
Get off of it! Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You put all that shit in the damn tub. Get up, boy!
Stop!
Get up!
I believe there was one where, and I can't show this clip on here because it's way too graphic, but he had one of his kids hit his other child. Not only was it put on YouTube, but like people were watching it for entertainment. And this went on for far too long. There should have been one video before this was taken off YouTube, before this whole channel was gone. I don't understand how anybody could have sat there and watched that for entertainment unless they had a sick mind. Like the type of people that you're entertaining with your children's trauma.
The youngest two are Heather Martin's stepchildren. Now their biological mom has come forward, releasing her own video with her lawyer, announcing that Michael and Heather Martin have lost custody and the children are now in her care.
There is a really big problem on TikTok. I mean, we have all seen those videos where you're scrolling through and it's just like an innocent TikTok of just a kid just being cute and doing kid things and saying funny things, and you watch it and you're like, oh, that's adorable. But there's actually a really big problem on TikTok because there's these people that will have these TikTok accounts that are just focused around their child, and they have tons of followers, right? You start looking through their followers, the people that are following them are P words. And I found this out because there was somebody on TikTok that was exposing this, that was talking about this. So there's like people that are exchanging their TikToks back and forth. Like they'll make a TikTok account, have it private, put up stuff of children, inappropriate things under their private account, and then they'll privately DM other people that are doing the same thing, and they will swap the passwords back and forth to log into these private accounts. There should be no type of child exploitation happening on social media. And then I heard about this story. There is this mom that is selling modeling photos of her daughter. So apparently there's this website where this child is like an aspiring actress, and there's pictures of her modeling with her friend. I believe she's like 12 years old.
A follower asked me to check out an account. I went and checked it out, and I found this. The Instagram leads me to a personal website where they are selling photo sets of this young girl and her friend. Who the do you think is purchasing photo sets of two young girls for $125 US? Let it be known that these children are under the age of 13, but here's a photo set you can purchase of two little princesses, them at the ice cream gallery. And not only that, this child's measurements are listed right there on her website for anyone who wants to send merch.
These parents know exactly who is paying for this content. They know where they're getting their money. It's really sad to see parents that have one job, one very important job to protect your child, that are just willing to post them on the internet and exploit them for money. A child can't consent to that. There was one woman on TikTok that said one of them was made aware that it was mostly P words that were following her child, trying to like expose that this was happening. The mom blocked her, not the accounts that were following her that are clearly grown men, and just keeps posting videos of their kids.
Nailed it. So the Mommy Ran account, dance mom, influencer mom, kidfluencer, parents, whatever you want to call them, they will block me, a creator who talks about the state of parental public oversharing, online safety, minor safety, and child exploitation. But they will not block individuals, grown men specifically, who comment on their daughters' bodies and who follow their young children. They will not block these individuals because they are the majority of people who are following these children online. And the moms know, the parents know. You can click some of the videos below or go to my Mommy Ran account playlist and see for yourself that these parents know who the majority is following their children. For example, to prove my point, I went to one of the accounts of the individuals who are selling their daughter's photos on select sets. I picked a photo and I picked a random comment. I picked this one from Anthony up here. Most beautiful color, very, very beautiful. And I picked it because the parent clearly responds, "Thank you so much." So let's go and check out Anthony. Okay, doesn't seem too bad. Lots of cars, trucks, doesn't really say his age, but he is following 7,000 people. So I went to go see who he was following, but first the hashtags he was following caught my eye. Is this somebody you want following your child on social media? Oh, there you go, teen models, teen girl model. This is the individual, one of the many individuals who is following these people's children online, but I get blocked. But they get to continue because they're the demographic and their base. These things need to be shut down. This is pure insanity. People need to speak up and rise up. And if the parents aren't going to protect their own kids, then society, we at some point have to say, this is enough. This is enough.
You'll never catch me doing any sort of family vlogging. Like if you ever see, you know, my son, or in the future when I have multiple children, if you ever see them on my second channel, More Kyla, it's gonna be in the briefest of manners. And I don't even know at this point, as I'm filming this video, if I'm even going to share what his name is. There are a lot of parents now that are actually, like, when they do have something with their kid, they're covering their faces. And I do think that that is incredibly, incredibly smart. You know, your child can't consent to being on the internet. We can. This is my job and my hobby and something that I do. It's not up for me to decide if my child gets to do that too. And in fact, I'm probably gonna be a little bit more of a stricter parent where, you know, his internet usage when he's older is not gonna be the way that it is for a lot of people, where it's like unmonitored and they can do whatever they want. Like, I know the way the internet is. I don't trust anybody on the internet. It's such a dangerous place for kids to be roaming around freely on. Let me know what you guys think down below about this. If you guys know of anything else that I left out of this video that you found disturbing and you want me to do a part 2 and bring more awareness to some other things that have been out there, definitely let me know in the comments down below and I will absolutely do that. I hope you guys are having a lovely day and I'll be seeing you guys very soon.